Board. Tonight we're holding a public hearing on Plan Board Case Z9-2011. This would establish plan development 158 for 1700 South Patterson Boulevard. This is property, we are now grateful, that is owned by the University of Dayton. This is the former NCR World Headquarters and Old River Park. So the area we're talking about is right here. Here's the University of Dayton's main campus. Miami Valley Hospital is over here. Here's UD Arena. I-75 is here, and this is US 35, which is looking west. UD envisions a campus and business park atmosphere at this location, and they would like to retain the underlying business park zoning for that purpose. But they'd also like to do things that the business park zoning doesn't allow. They'd like to have a higher density, taller buildings, and a larger variety of land uses. For example, they would like to have housing, restaurants, retail, and post-secondary educational uses. In other words, be able legally to use the property for college classes as they're doing now. And these are not uses that are allowed by BP zoning. So what we'd like to do is put a PD over the site and include these uses as permitted uses. And because the property also includes Old River Park, we'd like to allow parks and outdoor recreation facilities. Business park zoning doesn't allow those either. Now, UD appreciates the unique character and history of Old River Park. And this park was designed by the Olmsted brothers, which are one of the most notable landscape architecture firms in the country. And because of this, UD is engaging a park planning firm to recommend a plan for the park. Here are some of the buildings on this site. And the PD will include significant landscaping and screening requirements because UD and the city want to ensure that it remains a very attractive development. In addition, special attention is paid in the plan development to pedestrian and bicycle facilities, so folks can bike or walk to the facilities, and then also use the existing bike and walking paths nearby. The Southeast Priority Board supports the proposal, but recommended that the Plan Board approve different lot coverage and setback requirements. Brady Kress, the president of Dayton History, asked that any development on the site be compatible with the Olmsted design. No opposition to the PD was voiced at the Plan Board public hearing. As you know, you have three decision options. You may approve the Plan Board recommendation to establish the PD by passing the ordinance, which would enact it. You may reject the Plan Board recommendation to approve the PD by taking no action on the ordinance. Or you may remand the case to Plan Board if you believe it merits further consideration. The Plan Board, by a 7-0 vote, does recommend that you approve this PD. They believe it's consistent with our comprehensive plan and with the intent and purpose of the zoning code. Before I ask Jim Kleingers, who's the engineering firm working with UD on this project, and Beth Keys, UD's Vice President for Facilities Management, to come up to the podium, if you have any questions of me or Andrew Rodney, who was the staff planner on the case.
So one question I have, and I don't know if this is for you.
Okay.
You mentioned that one of the things that they are looking to do is that have to be able to have taller buildings. Mm-hmm. What is the current restriction in terms of height of the building?
Andrew, do you know that offhand? Might be 65 feet. At some point, they may wish to build some dormitories there or things that would exceed that height limit, and this would allow them to do that.
So I'm not familiar with. I'm not an architect, so 65 feet would get you approximately how many stories?
Well, a story might be about 10 or 12 feet.
6 stories.
Yes. Are there any other questions?
In terms of does this include, I guess, does the PD include the Deca building that exists there?
No, that is on a different parcel.
Different parcel?
Yes.
Okay.
No other questions? Okay. I'd like to ask Jim and Beth to come up to the podium.
Quite frankly, the plan is, at this point, what exists out at the property. One of the things that we've been doing over the last several months is working with the planning staff to try to come up with a reasonable plan development overlay that would, first of all, allow us to be in conformance with what's been happening out there for years and is happening out there now, the educational uses as well as park and recreation, which is not permitted in a BP zone. We are also interested in, as part of the PD, establishing opportunities for university-related uses that further UD's mission, goals, and objectives. This is similar to the Campus West PD that is located directly to the north of this property. Actually, the Marriott Hotel, as you can see, kind of in a little cutout on the upper left, is between the two PDs. It's very similar in nature, although this would be less intense. The Southeast Priority Board asked for less intensity. We were willing to do that. So, again, we want to encourage and facilitate mixed uses that enable flexible development that's appropriate for the campus, institutional, recreational, professional, and commercial uses. UD would be open to other commercial ventures or partnerships like GE should it fit the academic mission of the university. We worked with the plan board planning staff here at the city to develop standards that we believe are reasonable for this property. The overlay is intended to transition campus to the area and to the existing adjacent uses. We feel that at some parts of the property could be have a little bit more urban feel than the normal business park would allow. We have a number of standards that are in the plan development. We want to be complementary to the surroundings with appropriate building mass and scale. Pedestrian bicycle friendly, I think we talked about that. Well-screened parking, as well as the rest of the site. We're also looking to do some sustainable type development there. As far as current development thoughts, we're pretty early in the process for future kinds of things. Once again, we're looking to kind of repurpose the business office nature of the new building at 1700 for educational and research and development opportunities. There is some conversation about a possible auditorium addition. Currently, the facility doesn't have an auditorium that works for the university. There's some opportunity perhaps for some outdoor research relative to environmental and biofuel kinds of things. And we are currently looking at redevelopment, early planning stages for the Old River Park, part of the property. The Southeast Land Use Committee and Plan Board have unanimously recommended approval, and we would request that you would grant that this evening. And we're available for questions, should you have some.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right.